In a bustling town, where the hum of daily life was accompanied by the chatter of neighbors and the clatter of coffee cups in local cafes, a small group of friends found themselves at a crossroads. Each of them had their own financial struggles, yet they shared a common desire to achieve financial stability and security. They often gathered at a quaint coffee shop, where they would sip their lattes and discuss their dreams and aspirations. It was during one of these meetings that they stumbled upon a transformative idea: the power of small habits leading to big wealth. The leader of the group, Mia, a spirited woman in her 30s, had always been fascinated by the concept of personal finance. She had read countless books and attended seminars, but the practical application of those lessons often eluded her. One afternoon, she proposed that they embark on a journey together, a journey that would focus on cultivating small, consistent daily actions that could lead to significant financial growth. Mia began by emphasizing the importance of tracking expenses. She shared a simple tip she had learned: to keep a daily log of every penny spent. Initially, the idea seemed tedious, but the group was intrigued. They decided to give it a try. Each member downloaded a budgeting app or grabbed a notebook to record their daily expenditures. As days turned into weeks, they began to uncover patterns in their spending habits. Jake, a self-proclaimed coffee addict, realized he was spending nearly $20 a week on lattes alone. With a chuckle, he vowed to cut back and save that money for something more meaningful. As they continued their journey, the group moved on to budgeting. They gathered one evening, armed with spreadsheets and calculators, determined to create a budget that reflected their income and expenses. The process was eye-opening. They discovered that by allocating a specific amount for discretionary spending, they could still enjoy life while saving for the future. Sarah, who had a penchant for online shopping, found that by setting a monthly limit, she could indulge without guilt. The budget became a tool of empowerment rather than restriction. With their newfound awareness of spending and budgeting, the group turned their attention to saving. Mia introduced them to the concept of the pay-yourself-first strategy. She encouraged them to set aside a percentage of their income each month before paying any bills. The idea was simple, yet profound. By prioritizing savings, they would cultivate a habit of financial discipline. Each member set up a separate savings account, and they celebrated each small victory, whether it was a $10 transfer or a $100 deposit. The act of saving became a shared ritual, fostering a sense of camaraderie among them. As the months passed, the group began to see the fruits of their labor. Their savings accounts grew, and with it, their confidence in managing their finances. They learned to embrace the power of compound interest, understanding that even small amounts saved could grow significantly over time. Mia shared an anecdote about her grandfather, who had instilled in her the importance of saving early. He had started a small investment in a mutual fund when she was born, and by the time she turned 21, it had blossomed into a substantial sum. Inspired by this story, they began to explore investment opportunities. Each member took it upon themselves to educate their peers about different investment options. They held weekly meetings where they discussed stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. They even invited a local financial advisor to speak, who emphasized the importance of diversification and risk management. It was during one of these sessions that Jake, who had always been hesitant to invest, discovered the world of index funds. He learned that by investing in a broad market index, he could mitigate risk while still participating in the growth of the market. The fear that once held him back began to dissipate. As they delved deeper into the world of investing, the group also recognized the value of continuous learning. They made it a habit to read financial articles, listen to podcasts, and attend webinars. They shared their findings with one another, fostering an environment of growth and curiosity. Sarah, who had previously felt overwhelmed by financial jargon, found herself more engaged than ever. She even started a book club focused on personal finance, inviting others in the community to join their journey. The group's commitment to learning transformed their understanding of money and investing, and they began to see themselves as empowered financial stewards. The journey wasn't without its challenges. There were moments of frustration and temptation. One rainy evening, as they sat around a table cluttered with notebooks and coffee mugs, Mia confessed that she had slipped up on her budget. She had succumbed to an impulse purchase, an expensive pair of shoes that she had convinced herself she needed. Instead of chastising her, the group rallied around her, sharing their own stories of financial missteps. They reminded her that setbacks were a natural part of the journey and that what mattered most was their commitment to getting back on track. This sense of community became the backbone of their financial journey. They celebrated each other's successes, whether it was reaching a savings goal or making a wise investment. They created a group chat where they would share tips, articles, and even motivational quotes. The support they provided one another created a safe space for vulnerability and growth. They understood that they were not alone in their financial struggles and that together they could navigate the complexities of personal finance. As the year came to a close, the group decided to reflect on their journey. They gathered in the same coffee shop where it all began, their hearts full of gratitude for the progress they had made. Each member shared their financial wins, big and small. Mia reported that her savings account had grown by over $1,000 thanks to her disciplined saving habits. Jake proudly announced that he had started investing in index funds and was already seeing positive returns. Sarah shared how her online shopping had drastically reduced, allowing her to save for a trip she had always dreamed of taking. They realized that the small habits they had cultivated had led to significant changes in their financial lives. The compound effect of their daily actions had transformed their perspectives on money. They no longer viewed finances as a burden, but as a tool for empowerment and freedom. They understood that wealth was not solely about the amount of money in their bank accounts, but about the choices and opportunities it could provide. In that moment of reflection, Mia felt a surge of inspiration. She proposed that they take their journey a step further by creating a community initiative. They could host workshops to share their knowledge with others in their town, helping them discover the power of small habits in achieving financial well-being. The group was enthusiastic about the idea, recognizing that their journey could inspire others to embark on their own paths to financial success. As they planned their first workshop, they focused on practical tips for integrating small financial habits into daily routines. They emphasized the importance of starting small, encouraging attendees to track their expenses for a week before diving into budgeting. They shared templates for budgeting and savings plans, making it easy for others to follow in their footsteps. They also discussed the significance of accountability, encouraging participants to find a buddy or join a group to share their experiences and keep each other motivated. The day of the workshop arrived, and the coffee shop was filled with eager faces. The group shared their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. They spoke about the importance of patience and persistence in building sustainable financial practices. They highlighted that the journey to financial well-being was not a sprint, but a marathon, one that required dedication, adaptability, and a willingness to learn. As they concluded the workshop, Mia felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. They had created a ripple effect, empowering others to take charge of their financial futures. The group had not only transformed their own lives, but had also sparked a movement within their community. They understood that small habits could lead to big wealth, and they were determined to continue their journey together, supporting one another every step of the way. In the weeks that followed, the group met regularly to check in on their progress and share updates from the workshop. They continued to learn and grow, celebrating each other's achievements and providing encouragement during tough times. They became a source of inspiration for one another, reminding each other of the power of consistency and the importance of community. As the seasons changed, so did their financial landscapes. They learned to embrace setbacks as opportunities for growth, understanding that every small habit they cultivated brought them closer to their goals. They became advocates for financial literacy, encouraging friends and family to adopt similar practices. Their message resonated throughout the town, as more and more individuals began to recognize the potential for financial transformation through small, consistent actions. In the end, the journey of Mia, Jake, Sarah, and their friends was a testament to the power of small habits in achieving financial well-being. They had come together as a community, supporting one another through trials and triumphs. Their experiences served as a reminder that while the path to financial success may be filled with challenges, it is also rich with opportunities for growth, learning, and connection. As they looked ahead to the future, they knew that their commitment to small habits would continue to shape their lives. They had discovered that financial wealth was not merely about accumulating money, but about fostering a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and resilience. They were ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead, armed with the knowledge that together they could achieve anything. And so, they encouraged others to join them on this journey, to embrace small financial habits, and to support one another in the pursuit of financial well-being. They understood that every step taken, no matter how small, was a step toward a brighter, more secure future. With hearts full of hope and determination, they set forth, ready to inspire change and cultivate a community of financial empowerment.